All right, so going into the procedure, as far as in getting the pec repaired, on the first visit they said it was maybe a cosmetic rip, so they sent me back. They sent me home with painkillers, and that was it. I let it clear up. It was pretty bruised, black and blue all the way from all the way down to this hand and all the way down to here. So you couldn't really. I had to wait for that to clear up. But as it cleared up and a week went by, maybe a week and a half, and it cleared up, it just wasn't feeling right. Like the movement was not feeling like it just wasn't feeling good. You think maybe by the time you get a little into it, it'll start. It starts feeling a little different, but it wasn't feeling right to me. So I went back to get a second opinion for another doctor, and this doctor said, yeah, it's ripped. So I'm like, well, of course, feels that way, man. So I said, okay, so I'm gonna have to have it reattached. She says, yeah. So I said, let me talk to you about this in a minute. I compete. I'm a bodybuilder. Is it going to change the shape? And that was my biggest concern. Is it going to change the shape? And he was like, well, I don't know how 100% it's going to be, but he says, I really don't know what to tell you, I said, okay, well, I would really like to have a doctor that does this pretty much all the time, that's really good with this, have him reattach it. So, I want to have it maybe the best that I can. So he's like, okay. So he referred me out to another doctor in maybe Santa Clara, and that guy, he had done a lot of pec reattachments and stuff like that. I could tell from his office he had a bunch of sharks posters, and I could tell he dealt with athletes. But that's one thing to reattach and it's all good, but I wish maybe I could have I don't know, maybe even gone a little further and gotten maybe a third opinion from another doctor, and as they maybe did the reattachment, maybe kind of did something cosmetic at the same time. So I just still think to this day that it could be better,
So you're not happy with how it came out?
So not completely. I'm not completely happy. The recovery has been good. The recovery, it took a while for the recovery. I'm gonna say it took me about a year to recover, but when they did the surgery, I was probably back in the gym within the following week. I didn't take much time off.
How long did they tell you to
So they told me to take like about 3 months off. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I says, no way, that's not going to happen. So they put my hand in a you have to, once they do the reattachment, you have to keep your hand in a steady position. You can't move it too much because you have the possibilities of it, unattaching again. So you have to keep it pretty stable. And so I did, I had it in a sling. I kept it in a sling for, I want to say maybe, God, it wasn't even a week. I kept it in a sling. And I said, you know what, this sling has got to go. So I took the sling off, and I just kind of was aware of that I shouldn't move my hand around too much, you know, so I kept my hand pretty close to my side. And so when I went back to the gym, you know, I went back and I'm like, you know, I got to do something, you know. So I went back. I could do legs, you know, I could do whatever, you know. So I went back and I started trying to work out, you know. I had a lot of good people in the gym that would offer their help to rack stuff for me, and that was really nice to have that.